Welcome all my dear students to Sudharma's physics classroom. Today we are going to deal with combination of resistors, which is one of the most important part from the chapter electricity from CBSE grade 10. So this is one area from where we get lot of questions in our board exams. So let's understand what is this combination of resistors and where do we apply that. So in the previous videos, we have already discussed about what is a resistor. We discussed about Ohm's law, all those things. So if you are watching this video for the first time, go back to those videos, watch those things so that you understand from the beginning of this chapter. So let's see what do you mean by this combination of resistors and where do we need this? So when the standard resistors I have shown you in those pictures, those will be having some specific values. Those will be having some constant values. But in a circuit diagram, when we construct a circuit for a particular requirement, then if you need some resistance value in between those values, right? Say for example, I have 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 3 ohm, etc. But I need 2.5 ohms. So in that situation, what can we do, right? So for those kind of situations, we can use the help of this combination of resistors. So we can combine different resistors to get different values according to our requirement. So the first important thing we are going to learn is the series combination of resistors. So series combination means end-to-end combination. You have a resistor, one resistor, another resistor, next, and so on. The connection continues like that. So in this diagram, we have taken only 3 resistors for easy understanding. If you take many resistors, whatever we are going to explain here, it's applicable for n number of resistors. How much ever number of resistors you're going to connect, it's applicable for that. So we have 3 resistors connected in series, and that's connected with a battery of potential difference V, and we can see an ammeter connected here. Ammeter measures the current, and a current of I amperes flows through the circuit, and you can see a voltmeter connected across the combination R1, R2 and R3. So what is going to be the total resistance of the circuit? That is what is our main discussion today. So let's see how does the current flow in the circuit. This is going to be the most important thing. Always remember, in a series combination, the current flowing through all the resistors is going to be the same. Same current flows through all the resistors. How do you understand same current flows through all the resistors? When current is entering into this R1, there is no other way for this current to go, right? There is no branching from there. So there is only one path in front of it. So it just goes through that path. So for the current I, the effective resistance of R1, R2 and R3 connected in series, that will be opposing the flow of current. So another thing is, the current will be the same through all the resistors, but the potential difference will be different across each resistor. That means across R1 we will have a potential difference of V1, here we will have V2, and on R3 we will have a potential difference of V3. So we can say that the total voltage V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now I am going to apply Ohm's law. Just try to memorize Ohm's law. Hope you have studied Ohm's law properly. So we have Ohm's law, V equals IR. So I'm going to substitute that IR for this V. It's equal to I into R1. That means it is the potential difference across R1 plus potential difference across R2 plus potential difference across R3. Remember, I have not taken I1, I2, I3 because this is series combination of resistors. So the current is going to be the same through all the resistors. So I can write it as IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. Now, I cancels from both the sides. So I can write R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Since this is a series combination, I am going to write it as RS. Very important formula. It looks very simple, but it has a lot of applications. So RS, you will be thinking why I am writing it as RS. Since here we have only one type of connection, it's easy for us to write R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. That's fine. But when you get a combination of resistors, that includes both series and parallel combination, then writing this way, it helps you a lot in solving the questions. Okay, so series combination, effective resistance. So you may see different words in different textbooks. Effective resistance, total resistance, right? So whatever word it is, it's the total. Effective resistance means what? What is the result of combining these three resistors? If you have n number of resistors, if you have many resistors, you just add all those resistors and you will be getting the combination resistor. So we are adding something here, right? We are adding different values. That means the actual resistance, the effective resistance of the combination will be a bigger value. So that is going to be greater than the greatest value among the resistors. For example, if you have 1 ohm, 2 ohm and 3 ohm. So 3 ohm is the largest resistance among the given values, right? So we have 1 plus 2 plus 3. So that's going to be 6 ohm, which is greater than 3 ohm. So in a series combination of resistor, the effective resistance is going to be higher than the individual resistance values. Now, if equal resistors are connected in series, so I can write Rs is equal to R plus R, right? If this is 3 resistors connected, then I will have R plus R is 3 times R. If it is 4 resistors, equal resistors connected in series, then it is R plus R. That's going to be 4R. That means if n resistance are connected, equal resistor, it's important, it's equal resistors. If n equal resistors are connected in series, we are going to get the total resistance as n times R. So this is a shortcut formula we can always use when it is required. So hope you understood about series combination. Now let's move on to the parallel combination of resistors. In parallel combination of resistors, 3 resistors, again we have taken 3 resistors here. These 3 resistors, again, the ends, the one of the ends of all the resistors is connected to a common point A and the other end is connected to the common point B. Now here you can see a difference. We have a potential difference of V and a current of I is reaching to this circuit, but it has 3 paths, right? The current can flow through 3 paths here, right? 3 ways are there in front of it. So it will just branch out as I1, I2 and I3. This is like a junction, right? In a junction we have different roads. So whoever comes from the main road to that junction, they will go through each road according to their requirement. So here, according to the resistance values of these parallel resistors, current will be split into I1, I2 and I3. Now potential difference is going to be the same through all the resistors. Very important, keep this point in mind always. Nobody is going to ask you the theory question from here, but we will have to apply this when we solve the circuit questions. So in the coming videos, I'll be coming with a lot of practice questions for series and parallel combination. So today I'm just going to explain the theory part. Okay. So remember, in the case of parallel combination, potential difference is going to be the same across all the resistors and current will split according to the resistance value. So I can write that I equals I1 plus I2 plus I3. All these currents will reach here, okay, and this comes out as I itself. It won't go anywhere. It just goes through different paths, again come back to the same road, right? That way we can understand. So I equals I1 plus I2 plus I3. According to our Ohm's law, I is equal to V divided by R, right? So V divided by R is equal to V divided by R1 plus V divided by R2 plus V divided by R3. So since it is having the same potential difference, we can cancel that V from all the sides and we can write the equation as 1 by R. Here it is parallel combination, so I am writing Rp. 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Very important formula. So we have already discussed 2 formulae. One is for the series combination. In series combination, we will be using the addition of all those resistors, and in parallel combination we take the reciprocal of the resistors and add it. Let's try an example here. This is not as easy as series combination. Series, we just have to add the things, right? So let me take R1 is equal to 2 ohm and R2 is equal to 3 ohms. So 1 by R is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. That means 6 is the LCM. So 6. So here it will be 2 plus 3. So we'll be getting 5 by 6. So remember, this is 1 by R. So R will be equal to reciprocal of this 1 by R. That means 6 divided by 5 ohms. So never forget to take the reciprocal after applying this parallel combination formula, because we are getting 1 by R. Okay. So if you get 1 by Rp, then Rp should be reciprocal of that. We know that, it's maths, right? So this is simple example with 2 resistors. Then the same way you can solve any questions when you get a parallel combination of resistors. Now, if you have n equal resistors connected in parallel, for example, if I say 1 by Rp, let's take the example of 3 resistors in parallel. So 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R, that's equal to 3 divided by R, right? So 1 by Rp is equal to 3 by R, or Rp is equal to R divided by 3. So this is for 3 resistors. When we generalize this formula to n resistors, right? N means how much ever number of resistors are given in that question, then we can use that formula. So instead of 3, we can put n in that case in the general formula. So Rp, so remember, this equation we cannot use everywhere. This is applicable only if the resistors are of equal values. So Rp equals R divided by n. Hope you understood this. Let's do, just try one example. If R is equal to 4 ohms, and how many 4 ohm resistors are connected? 2 4 ohm resistors are connected. So n is equal to 2. We can write Rp is equal to R by n, that is 4 by 2, that is 2 ohms. Now let's try that using another formula. If you have 2 resistors, here I have taken the example of 2 resistors, right? If 2 resistors are connected in parallel, there is another shortcut. Remember again, this is only for 2 resistors in parallel. Rp is equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So we have different formulae. These are all the helping formulae for us to solve electric circuits. So Rp is equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Let's try that previous example. We have R1 is equal to 4, R2 is equal to 4, R1 plus R2 is 4 plus 4. So that's equal to 16 divided by 8. That gives you 2 ohm. So we applied both the formulae in the same question and we reached into the solution. Both the solutions are the same, because of course that should be the same solution, right? Okay. So equation for series combination, the total resistance is R1 plus R2 plus R3. If n equal resistors are connected in series, n times R. Parallel resistor formula is 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. And if n equal resistors are connected in parallel, then the parallel combination total resistance is going to be 1 R by n. And don't forget to take the reciprocal after you calculate Rp. In this case, it's fine. It's a direct formula to calculate Rp. We don't have to take the reciprocal. But if you are doing the formula 1 by R equals, right? So you get an answer. Take the reciprocal of that. Never forget that. Okay? Because final answer should be for Rp. So now we need to practice the questions on this concept. This is very, very, very important part of CBSE grade 10. So in the next videos, next 2 or 3 videos, I'm planning to discuss questions related with electric circuits, which contains both series and parallel combination, and how the current is splitting and how the voltage is given to each resistors. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and see you soon in the next video. Thank you. Bye.